And turning to this still developing story, as an inmate at FCI Hazelton in Preston County has died. According to a release from the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Hazelton staff found an unresponsive 38-year-old Christopher Menn in his cell yesterday.
Hello, welcome to Bamm Raw TV. I'm Bamm, aka the 411 Giant. I want you to hit that like button. I want y'all to subscribe. And I want you to hit that bell icon so you know when my next video come out. And this is a response video to the questions of why was USP Hazelton so volatile, and what happened to me, what went on with me down there in USP Hazelton. Now some people remember me for that, and so I will talk about it. Probably gonna take 2 or 3 parts, but I'll get you there. Now, USP Hazelton, that's the place where the Irish mob, Whitey Bulger, tried not to go there. He heard about how it was. He tried not to go there. He put in legal requests not to go there, and they still sent him there. When they sent Whitey Bulger there, he was killed, and he tried to cut his tongue out of his mouth. This wasn't shocking. It wasn't a surprise. A lot of Hazelton, this was everyday news to them. Now, USP Hazelton, the reason, from my observation, the reason it was so volatile, because as the federal penitentiary is designed and the way it moves, it was upside down. It was out of order. But it was steady. It was moving, but it was out of order. It didn't fit the norm of any other compound. So they made it volatile. Every time they made a slip or they made a mistake or they opened the door for opportunity, it was taken. How was it like this? That's the question. It was like this because I've been to 7 penitentiaries. That's all I was in with USPs and 2 Supermax and 1 medical. Now, all these places I've been, Hazelton is the only place that you're going to have a set of GDs that is regulated by the South. There are men from the South that's part of the GD that claim GD, and they are pushing against the GDs from Chicago. They want their own thing. They want their own branch. And when someone come there from Chicago, because of being out of order or feeling they're out of order, they automatically has to eliminate that person, whether they stab them or kill them, because they feel like there's a hit sent out for them. They know they're in violation, so they feel if they allow one from Chicago or from that branch on that compound, it's just a matter of time before he try to take out the head man. That's one thing that was out of order. Number 2 was the independent white boys. The independent white boys was a set of white boys, and I guess I can only assume from my point of view was they was not in the main cliques, and so they formed their own independent clique. Like a lot of different cliques was put together. H-Deuces, Dirty White Boys, everything branched down from the Aryan Brothers. Being the top one. Everybody who you couldn't be an Aryan brother, you made this here. You made Dirty White Boys. You made Deuces. You made, you know what I'm saying? So now the independent white boys, when someone came from the Aryan Brothers or somewhere like that, they feel that they're gonna come and they're gonna try to take over their group and call the shots because they feel like they're a primary group and they are nobody. When the independents when someone come that the independent white boys consider a threat, as soon as they get off that bus, same thing with whitey, same thing with anybody. As soon as they get off that bus, what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna kill them. If they can't kill them, they're gonna stab them up so bad that the people gonna get them away from there and put them in a hole and get them away from there. So it made Hazelton very particular about who they was letting out. They took you through all kind of stuff. They asked you all kind of questions. They had people spying on you because it stayed locked down so much. They kept it locked down. That's in only groups that I can personally say that I seen was in order down there. What's the same? It was me, some of my men from the South, DC, the DC guys, they was the same. You had some Texas family guys that I had met down there, and they pretty much the Texas family black group, black gang. They was pretty much the same. But and some, like I said, the Mexicans that I met, some I had knew from some that recognized me, and I had knew from Polak. So I would guess that would be the Northanians. Now, those are the only ones that was in order. Everything else I seen was out of order or just out of place. And that made for a volatile situation because you don't know what lines not to cross. You don't know who is associated with this. You don't know who is this. You come there and you sit there and saying, well, such and such is my best friend and going on. And you talking about a dude's group enemy. And if you ain't got the power to bag that up, then you become a victim. At the end of this here, on my next one, I'm finna tell you about what I endured and the charges I caught in USP Hazelton. Love you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that bell icon so you know my next video coming out.
We begin with a developing story that we've been following all day, as a whistleblower is alleging that staff at the FCI Hazelton in Preston County covering up abuse and escapes at that prison, and now lawmakers are getting involved. Senators Shelley Moore Capito and Joe Manchin are asking for a full investigation into the prison after a whistleblower alleges that inmates are being beaten.
And 5 investigates with some exclusive information on Whitey Bulger, transferred to a federal prison with a reputation for violence just 12 hours before he was found murdered in his cell.
Karen Anderson is here right now with the details. Karen?
And these new questions tonight are about why Bulger was moved to that West Virginia prison and allowed to be in the general population. It's a mystery deepened by prison records we reviewed.
Whitey Bulger was 89 years old with serious health problems. So why was he sent to a dangerous prison in West Virginia where he was found murdered? Prison records reviewed by 5 investigates only raise more questions. Bulger had been in a segregation unit in a Florida prison for 8 months. The records say he'd been found guilty of conduct which disrupts, most like threatening staff, which Bulger denied. In early October, Bulger was approved for a transfer. Now here, the mystery deepens. The reason given in the records, a Code 332, medical treatment completed, which means he can be returned to general population. Bulger was also given a health classification that indicated he was relatively healthy. That's another mystery considering his poor physical health and age. Sources tell 5 investigates one of the inmates now under investigation for Bulger's murder is Springfield mobster Freddie Geese. When prison cell doors were unlocked at 6:15 in the morning, sources say other inmates went into Bulger's cell and beat him with a padlock inside of a sock.
Now, we've asked the Federal Bureau of Prisons for a comment. So far, no response. Karen Anderson, 5 investigates.